What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and today we are going to expand our brain by learning something totally crazy and totally new. And I want to give a shout out to Andrew Wamball for making this crazy deck. It is a Sableye, Bunnelby, Vileplume, Wobbuffet Vanilluxe deck. Yep, you heard me right. It is a Sableye, Vileplume, Bunnelby Wobbuffet Vanilluxe deck. That is what we're playing today. Today we are going to see if we can get a win with this deck. Alright, so before we talk about the deck, just to let you know, in the game, my microphone cuts off halfway through, but the game is so long that the 5 to 10 minutes it cuts out, you really don't miss anything. It's literally me doing the same motion over and over again. So I guess it's kind of okay that it cut out because you're really not missing anything. But let's go over this deck and let's see how it works. And yeah, all right, let's go over this thing. So if you don't know, Sableye is going to be our main kind of attacker slash setup. It has this attack called Junk Hunt. That's what we're going to use, but you do have Confuse where it does 10 and flip a coin of heads to defending Pokemon is now confused, which could be good if you're under Quake Punch and Quake Punch is punching you and you can't play any item cards and they flip tails and hey, you can Junk Hunt all of a sudden or play your item cards, which is great. So Junk Hunt, put 2 item cards from your discard pile into your hand. Now, the 2 cards you're usually going to get is 2 Puzzle of Times because Puzzle of Times lets you get any 2 cards out of your discard pile. So you're essentially just junk hunting for any 2 cards in your discard pile, which is fantastic. Now, one of the Pokemon in the deck is this Vileplume. Vileplume has the ability Irritating Pollen. Each player can't play any item cards from their hand. So you might be saying, alright Squeaky, what are you talking about? You can't play Puzzle of Times because you have Vileplume out. What are you talking about right now? Well, if you send up a Wobbuffet with by Barricade, it actually shuts down your abilities, so now you can play your trainer cards like Puzzle Time. Alright, so you might be saying, alright, so how do you double switch? Because you can't switch from a Sableye to a Wobbuffet, then switch from Wobbuffet to Sableye. There's not any switching cards in your deck. Well, that's where Vanilluxe comes in. Vanilluxe has this ability, Slippery Souls. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. And so this is what we're going to do. We're going to use Sableye. We're going to Junk Hunt, put 2 item cards in our hand. We're going to use Slippery Souls to send in the Wobbuffet. And then you're going to be able to use item cards, which is fantastic. Now, there's a ruling going on right now. We're not 100% sure how this works because PTCGO might be glitched. It might be correct. But when you use Slippery Souls to send in the Sableye to the Wobbuffet, online, it makes it where your opponent does not have to switch. It's activating as like you switch and then your opponent switch. But I'm pretty sure the rule says that it happens simultaneously, like it happens at the same time. Like you switch and your opponent switch at the same time. It looks like that's how the ruling is going to go, and they might eventually fix this on PTCGO. I doubt they ever thought that this was going to happen. Like some weird rule was going to happen like this. Like they never thought Vanilluxe Wobbuffet were going to be the same deck, but hey, they are the same deck, so I'm not 100% on the rule if your opponent switches their active or not. Luckily, this does not come up in the video, so you don't have to worry about it too much, but that is the big question when you use Slippery Souls. Does your opponent switch their active Pokemon too after you send a Wobbuffet? Because if you look up Vanilluxe, it says you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench. If you do, your opponent switches their active Pokemon. So some people are saying that, hey, once you switch your active Pokemon, the ability stops. But I think abilities happen at like a single time. Like at a time, all the ability happens. It's just clarification that you switch first and then your opponent switches first. And the abilities don't kick until after the switching has happened. I'm not 100% sure. That might be too confusing. But that's how we're going to activate our item cards. We're going to have a Sableye, use Slippery Souls, sit on the Wobbuffet, free retreat back to the Sableye after you play our item cards, and now your opponent is item locked, and you're going to discard all their energies, and that's the point of the deck. Alright, and you play 2 Bunnelby as well. This is how we're going to win the game. If you notice, we're not going to take any prize cards. We're just not going to do any damage. Like, we could do Confuse Ray, but that's not good. We're going to go for a Rototiller. No, Burrow, sorry. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. We've seen this in multiple decks. So you're going to Burrow, discard top card of your opponent's deck over and over again. You do have the Barrage trait, so you can do this. You can attack twice, so you can discard 2 cards per turn. So basically, the whole concept is you want to use Sableye, discard all your opponent's energies by using Crushing Hammers, maybe Team Flare Grunt. You can do this with Puzzle Time to get back your Crushing Hammers, and via Seeker for Team Flare Grunt, which is really, really nice. Now, the question becomes then, if your opponent switches their active Pokemon, Team Flare Grunt's not that useful. That is true, but we'll see. Once the rules happen, I'll leave a link down below in the description. Also, in the description, if nobody's noticed this, I've been putting the deck list for all the decks on the videos down below, so you can just copy them, paste them straight into Pokemon online and play them. So if you want to check out the decks immediately, you can just copy and paste them into the thing instead of having to build them manually, so hopefully that does help out. So we're going to use Sableye early game, discard all your opponent's energies, use Bunnelby to discard your opponent's deck, while keeping them item locked under Vileplume, and using Wobbuffet to shut down our Vileplumes. It's a very complicated strategy, but it does work. Alright, so let's go over the item cards. 3 Acro Bike, we know what that does. 3 Battle Compressor, 2 Crushing Hammer. We're getting some flips here. Flip a coin of heads, discard energy. 1 Enhanced Hammer, discard a special energy anywhere. 3 Puzzle Times. You could use the first one to rearrange the top 3 cards of your deck before you use Acro Bike or something. But the main part you're using is for the second thing, to play 2 of them and get 2 cards out of your discard pile. 1 Revitalizer, because you play 3 Battle Compressor. So what you could do is you can Battle Compressor, discard a Gloom and Vileplume, Revitalize to get 2 Grass Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, and evolve into a Vileplume, which is really nice. 1 Super Rod to get back 3 combination of Pokemon to energies, 3 Trainers Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 via Seeker. I know it's kind of, we're not playing 4, but hey, you have to cut room to you have to make room for all this weird stuff. 2 Archies, which we are going to use to get out of Vanilluxe. We're going to Archies out of Vanilluxe, because if you notice, we don't play Vanilluxe or Vanillite. I'm pretty sure that's the 2 evolutions. 1 Delinquent, which I'm kind of iffy on this card. If you don't know, this is exactly Edge Webballs from the CharizardLounge.com. I think it's the CharizardLounge.com. Just Google the Charizard Lounge. I'll have a link down below to his website. But this is from his exact, this is his exact post. He played Delinquent. I would actually probably cut the Delinquent for a Lysander. And once again, this is all going to come up to what is the ruling of Vanilluxe. Because if Vanilluxe turns out that your opponent switches as well then Lysander is useless, because you can't Lysander a bench Pokemon to keep it stuck there, because then your opponent's just going to Slippery Souls out of the active. So Delinquent might be useful, it might not be useful. 1 M, 2 Juniper, 1 Team Flare Grunt, discard energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. 1 Xerosic, discard a tool or special energy attached to any Pokemon to play. 4 Forest of Giant Plants, so you can try to get that Vileplume out ASAP. 2 Float Stone, which is what we're going to attach to our Wobbuffets. You have no need to attach to a Vileplume, to Bunnelby, to Shaymin, to Vanilluxe, because you're just going to use Super Souls to send back up that Wobbuffet, have free retreat with the Float Stone, and you're going to be A-okay. 1 Life Dew, so your opponent takes 1 less price card when they knock out that Pokemon with a Life Dew. So they knock out a Sableye, they take no price cards. If you attach this to a Shaymin, they take 1 price card instead of 2, which is really, really nice. And 5 Dark Energy. That might seem a little bit low, but it is going to be okay. And that is going to be the Sableye, Bunnelby, Vileplume, Wobbuffet, Vanilluxe deck. Once again, I'm not taking credit. This is Andrew Wamball's crazy deck idea. And like I said earlier, the video cuts out not halfway, it's near the end, but we missed about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not exactly sure how much we missed, because my microphone just cuts off, and I'm like, hey, my microphone's not working. And then I eventually fix it, and then we continue on with the video. And you'll see what I mean by the same motions over and over again. And you'll kind of see how the deck works. It is a very, very annoying deck, but if you get it set up, oh my goodness, you're going to win games. I promise this. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this crazy edition of Expanded Thursday. It's only 1 game, because this game takes like 20 to 30 minutes. That's how long these games are going to last. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And let's see the deck in action. Alright, everybody gets Vinci 004 playing a Lightning Colors and a Psychic deck. This could be Night March. Call heads like always, and we won the coin flip. Can we get a turn 1 Vanilluxe and a Vileplume? And if it is Night March, then oh buddy. Oh buddy. Alright, we might have the turn 1 Vanilluxe. We top deck an Ultra Ball, we can get it. Alright, that's not what I thought it was, so let's use Battle Compressor. And with Battle Compressor, we're going to discard Archies. Yeah, we'll discard Archies. Vanilluxe, where are you? Vanilluxe, and we'll discard it in. Sure, why not? Yeah, we'll discard it in, that seems good. Alright, time for the moment of truth. Let's use Puzzle Time, rearrange top 3 cards of our deck. Alright, so it's currently not in the top 3, but what is the 4th card? Can this 4th card get us the Ultra Ball or not? Nope, it does not. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna grab nothing. And we're gonna end our turn. Okay. Alright, so that was an exciting turn 1. That was a great turn 1. Alright, went from a lot of potential to none. Very quick. I mean, we can, if we top deck an Ultra Ball, we still have it. Hey, we still got it. My opponent probably doesn't know what he's playing. Like, we discard a Vanilluxe. He's probably like, alright, there's a Vanilluxe in his deck. Seems great. I mean, except our opponent can see our colors, so he probably knows we're playing something really crazy. Some lightning, some psychics, they're being discarded. Alright, AZ, there's a Professor letter, gonna search for 2 energies. We gotta top deck something. Yeah, we gotta top deck a Pokemon or we just lose to an Assault Laser next turn. I mean, we do have Crushing Hammer, so that could disrupt my opponent if we flip heads. Alright, so it come down to, okay, there's an overrun. Alright, so 40 damage, alright. On our turn, there's a Wobbuffet. Okay, so we're still going to be alive. Let's use Crushing Hammer. Alright, so put down Wobbuffet, and we'll end our turn. So our opponent can Assault Laser to knock us out. Okay. Alright, and hopefully we top deck something. Hopefully we top deck an Ultra Ball. A VS Seeker would be nice as well. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Well, if we top deck an Ultra Ball, we can Archies get the Vanilluxe out and maybe be okay. We'll start a very shaky situation. My opponent probably still doesn't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on with this deck. I mean, it looked like we had the turn 1 Archies, but it just didn't go our way. But you know what? That happens. That happens in Pokemon Land sometimes. But Vinci004 is taking a second. Maybe they have an in and they don't know if they should play it. Like, man. I mean, they have a lightning energy. They can just Soul Laser for a knockout. Like, that's not that big of a deal. The question is, can they get out a Mega Manectric? If they get out a Mega Manectric, they can knock out a Wobbuffet. There's an Ultra Ball going to discard a Psychic and a Mega Mewtwo Spirit Link. So it's maybe a Mega Manectric, Mega Mewtwo deck? There's a Mega Manectric. Okay, I'm very scared now. I'm really scared. And does he have a link or not to end his... If he doesn't have a link, he Mega Evolves to end his turn. Alright, so wait to see what Vinci004 has. There, okay, so he's just going to Mega Evolve. Yes. Alright, so you have 2 turns of still being alive. There's a Dark Energy. Okay. I guess we'll put a Dark Energy to the active, retreat, and pass. Like, I really don't want our Shaymin to get knocked out, so my opponent doesn't take 2 prize cards. So, end our turn. On to our opponent's turn. And we're going to see Turbo Assault knocking out a Wobbuffet. That's going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. Turbo Assault's going to do 110 damage, but now they can't use any of their abilities, which I don't know if that really matters or not. But we need a top deck something. Alright, so Turbo Bolt. Can't talk, but 110 damage. Let's send up Shaymin and let's see what's going to happen. Hopefully we top deck something to keep us in the game. And we draw an Ultra Ball. Oh, alright, so Ultra Ball discarded a Forest and a Vileplume. Alright, man, that was top deck of the century. Let's get out of Sableye. Yep. Oh, we could get out of Oddish. Wait, hold on. Oh, we could get an Oddish. No, let's grab a Sableye. I think that's the better play. Grab a Sableye. Use that. Use Archie's Ace in the hole. Gonna get out a Vanilluxe. Alright, so party is going on right now. Gonna draw 5 new cards. Okay. We get down a Bunnelby. We can Ultra Ball discard Gloom and the Juniper. And with this, we're gonna grab an Oddish. Okay. So grab an Oddish, put that down, use Slippery Slopes, and we're actually just gonna send in the Bunnelby. Let the Bunnelby get hit for a knockout. Okay. And then we'll end our turn. On to our opponent's turn. Okay. Alright, so we're starting to make somewhat of a comeback. Oh, man, we're still really far in the game. But now, my opponent really can still do whatever he wants to. There's a Skyla. Let's see where they decide to get out. I am scared. Because if they Turbo Assault to another Mega Manectric and just keep cycling with 2 Mega Manectrics, we're going to lose the game. There's a Pokemon fan club. Going to search for any 2 basic Pokemon. And nope, just going to Turbo... Oh, they already Skyla. That's why they couldn't use it. Alright, so knockout from that guy. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, let's set up Vanilluxe. We can always just switch it out. On to our turn. What do we get? A Trainers Mail. Alright, we'll use Trainers Mail. Looking for a Forest of Giant Plants. Crushing Hammer could be great as well. Yeah, we'll grab Crushing Hammer. Try and discard that lightning energy. So come on, Crushing Hammer, don't let me down. And heads. Alright, discard that lightning energy. Get out of here. And we're going to VS Seeker for it in. Put my opponent at 4 cards. We could go for Juniper, but my opponent has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I'm fine with using N right now. Okay, there's an Acro Bike, Float Stone. Okay. So we'll Acro Bike. Look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Gonna grab an Ultra Ball. Yeah, that seems good. Well, Ultra Ball, discard a Vanilluxe and a Float Stone. And with this, you can grab a Wobbuffet. If there's one in the deck, we could go for a Gloom. No, let's go for a Gloom. That might seem a little bit better. So we'll grab a Gloom. Put that down on this guy. We will put a Dark Energy on our Sableye. Put down a Bunnelby. Use Slippery Slopes to send it to Sableye. Okay, and we will Junk Hunt. Opponents will go down to 3 prize cards, which is not good. Unless they whiff. Oh, they could whiff, though. Alright, we're going to grab a Crushing Hammer and another VS Seeker. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll grab those 2. And hopefully my opponent does not have any energy. That would be great. On to my opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. I mean, they should have plenty of energies. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have played 6 energies so far. Oh, no, there's Psychic Energy. Okay. Alright, so Turbo Soul's going to knock us out. It's going to go down to 3 prize cards. Okay. We're going to VS Seeker for N. Put my opponent down to 3. Alright, so Turbo Soul going to knock us out. How can we deal with the single Mega Manetric? We got to hit like double Crushing Hammer to basically give us a shot. So let's hit a Vanilluxe, and let's see what's going to happen. On to our turn, we get a Delinquent. Alright, so we're going to Crushing Hammer. Come on, buddy. Heads. Alright, we're going to discard that Lightning Energy. We're going to VS Seeker for it in. Put my opponent down to 3 cards. Alright, so let's go for the end. We're going to play it. Put my opponent down to 3. And let's see, what do we get? Okay, alright. I like what we have so far. We're going to use Ultra Ball to discard Oddish and the Puzzle of Time, which might seem kind of weird, but we can use Sableye to get it back. Let's grab a... Ooh, we could go for a... Ooh. No, let's go for Wobbuffet right now. I think it's a better play. We'll grab Wobbuffet, put that down, put down a Sableye, use Trainers Mail. Let's see, what do we get? Ooh, okay, alright. We'll grab a Compressor, and we can discard cards out of our deck we don't need anymore. So we'll Compressor, we'll discard. Let's see, like we don't need the other Battle Compressor. We'll put Team Flare Grunt in the discard pile, and then like Delinquents, I guess. Yeah, we'll put those 3 in the discard pile. We'll put down we'll put an energy on Sableye. Use Slippery Slopes to send up the Sableye, and we're going to go for a Junk Hunt, and we're going to grab 2 Puzzle of Time. So come on, Junk Hunt, and let's get double Puzzle of Time. There we go. Alright, so putting 2 Puzzle Times in our hand, and there's 1, there's 2, and on to our opponent's turn. Do they have an energy or not? Or they have to have a lightning energy now. That's the main thing as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energies, and a pass on our turn. Yes, alright. So we can Super Rod. We can shuffle back in a dark, and I guess another Sableye. That seems great. Okay, so we'll put those 3 in our deck. We'll double Puzzle Time. There's 1. We'll play 2 copies. And with this, we're going to grab a Float Stone and a Juniper. So that way we can Float Stone our Wobbuffet to be okay. So Float Stone our Wobbuffet. We will Juniper. Oh, we could have went for a Team Flare Grunt, maybe. That's okay. We get the Vileplume. Okay, alright. I like what we have. Well, Acro Bike. Do we hold the Acro Bike or not? That's the question. No, let's not hold the Acro Bike. Let's just hold on the Acro Bike, I mean. So let's put down Vileplume. And we are going to put an energy on this Bunnelby. And let's use Junk Hunt to get back 2 Puzzle of Times. Alright, so there's 1, there's 2, and the party's about to start. Does my opponent have anything or not? Gonna put 2 Puzzle Times in her hand. Oh man, I'm excited. Things are gonna start picking up here. Alright, so there's a lightning energy. That's great. Alright, that's fantastic. So Turbo Bolt gonna knock us out, do 110 damage. My opponent will go down to 2 prize cards. Can we discard both of my opponent's energies? That is the question. Alright, we'll set up a Wobbuffet. And let's see what happens. On to our turn, we get, okay, a Force of Giant Plants. That's not what we needed. We got an Acro Bike, and let's see what's in the deck. Can we draw into a Sableye? There's a Life Dew. Okay, we'll grab that. That's pretty good. We'll do double Puzzle of Time. We'll put 2 copies. We'll grab a... no, we need to grab Crushing Hammer and Crushing Hammer. That seems like the best 2 things. Now let's grab Crushing Hammer and Sableye. Yeah, that seems like the better play. We'll grab those. Put down a Sableye. Use Crushing Hammer. Come on, Crushing Hammer. Give us heads and tails. Okay, that's not good. VS Seeker. We're going to grab the Team Flare Grunt. Okay. We will Team Flare Grunt the Lightning Energy. Alright, so we'll discard that. We'll put a Dark Energy on a Sableye. Question is, where do we put the Life Dew? We could put it on the Shaymin so that my opponent can't win automatically if they have a Lysander and a Lightning Energy. So let's Life Dew this guy. Let's retreat into the Sableye. And let's go for a Junk Hunt. Okay. With this, we'll grab double Puzzle Time, 1 and 2. Okay. Now, opponent can't win automatically because they can't. If they knock out Shaymin, they'll take 1 prize card. So my opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. He says we're too slow, but let's see. Can we make the comeback of the century or not? That is the question. All right. If we discard both his energies, I feel fairly confident. So pass on to our turn. All right. So I'm actually feeling really good now. So what we can do is use Slippery Slopes, send it to Wobbuffet. Use double Puzzle Time, so 1 and 2. We'll put 2 copies into our hand. And with this, we'll grab a Crushing Hammer and a VS Seeker. Okay. So put those 2 in our hand. Let's go for a Crushing Hammer. My computer. Alright, hold on. We'll try again. My computer just froze. Alright, so let's try Crushing Hammer again. Come on, Crushing Hammer. Hold on, wait for it. My computer's freezing. Alright, we're good. Oh, we flipped tails, okay? We got a VS Seeker, so now my opponent can't attack us next turn. Alright, so let's get a Team Flare Grunt. He said it could work. Sorry, my computer froze. I apologize for that. But let's Team Flare Grunt, discard that Psychic. We will free retreat into the Sableye. We'll go for a Junk Hunt. Putting 2 Puzzle Times into our hand. There we go. Alright, so we'll put 2 Puzzle Times in our hand, and on to my opponent's turn. Let's see what's going to happen. They have 34 cards left in deck. This might take forever, but we might be able to do it. Alright. I am still kind of scared. I'm not going to lie to you. But we might have to start using Burrow to get cards, a Rototiller back into our deck. We do have Puzzle Time as well. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, the whole time we could have Puzzle Time for like a Crushing Hammer and then like something else. And then use a Crushing Hammer and a Puzzle Time. And then use double Puzzle Time to get anything we needed. There's a Shrine of Memories coming down. Okay. A pass on to our turn. We'll put a Force of Giant Plants down. We will use Slippery Slopes to send in Wobbuffet. We'll free retreat to Bunnelby and we'll start using, we'll free retreat to Bunnelby and we'll start using Rototiller, I guess. Yeah, we gotta put cards back into our deck so we don't lose. So let's put, let's see, we'll put Delinquent. No, we can use Delinquent. Okay, we'll put back VS Seeker and we'll do 1 more VS Seeker. That seems okay. So we'll put 2 double VS Seeker in our deck. That seems fine. Let's use it again. Shuffle card from a discard pile back into our deck. Let's put another VS Seeker in there. Okay, so yeah, we'll put double VS Seeker in our deck. Alright, on to our opponent's turn. They have 34 cards left. This might be very hard, but I think we can do it. It might just take a second. We have everything set up, and this might be a 20 to 30 minute game, but if we get it, I'll be so excited. Alright, so my opponent's locked under Vileplume. They can't use Mega Turbo. They used Shrine of Memories last turn, which is probably their only outs, and now they discarded it. Let's see what's in their hand. Okay, alright. Alright, so pass on to our turn. Okay, so we have... Wait for it. Wait for it. Are we good? Are we good? Alright, I thought my computer's... Okay, yeah, my computer's freezing for a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's just start going for... Burrow. Come on, Burrow. Yeah, let's go for Burrow. Sorry. I think... Okay, no, I think we're good now. I think we're live. Alright, so discard Shrine of Memory. So that's another one discarded. We'll Burrow again. We're going to discard a... What do we discard? A VS Seeker and something else? Sorry, my computer's being weird right now. I apologize for that. My computer's not... If you're new to this channel, my computer's not in the best of situations. But hey, it looks like we might be able to do this. My opponent has 30 cards left onto our turn. We have 2 left. So I'm actually going to Rototiller. We're going to shuffle back in a Trainers Mail. And we're going to Rototiller again to shuffle back into Trainers Mail. And this is good because we can easily use our Trainers Mail. So if we're end or something, we can put those back into our hand fairly easy. Alright, so we're still going good. Almost my opponent's turn. And let's see what's going to happen. We're going to have to discard 29 cards. But hey, it just might work. It just might work. Hopefully my computer does not die before we finish this game. It might be a 30-minute game, but this one of game is going to go good. Alright, on to our turn. We'll use Burrow. Let's see what we discard. There's a Sycamore. We'll use Burrow again. We'll discard a Psychic Energy. Alright, so another energy is gone. On to our opponent's turn. Alright, so I'm still feeling confident. As long as they don't Hex Maniacs us. Alright, so 2 cards left. We have to go for a Rototiller. Because my opponent puts down a Bunnelby, we can lose. So let's shuffle card back into our deck. Let's put another Trainers Mail back in there. And let's Rototiller again. Gonna put back I guess, a Sycamore? Juniper, there we go. That seems good. Alright, on to our opponent's turn. We have to keep using Rototiller because my opponent can easily just drop a Bunnelby and use double Burrow to win the game for their side of the field. So that's why we have to keep using Rototiller so we don't deck out. We could at any moment use VS Seeker for in. We use Super Substance at the Wobbuffet, but I'm not going to right now. Let's use Burrow. We're going to discard another Psychic Energy. Alright. And we'll Burrow again. We'll discard a DCE. Alright, so another DCE being discarded. On to our opponent's turn. They have 22 cards left to go. How many DCs are in here? 2, 4 Lightnings, and 6 Psychic Energies. Okay. Alright. Alright. Man, okay. So into our turn, let's see what happens. We will... Oh, we gotta use Rototiller. Because once again, if we just, you know... If we put down a card, we just lose. So let's put down a... Let's see. What are 2 good cards? An End's good to have, and an Acro Bike. Oh, we probably should just put double Acro Bike. I'm just trying to think of what the best cards to put into our decks. There's 1 Rototiller. I'll put back in the Acro Bike. And we might have to use an End, even though I don't want to. So that way we don't deck ourselves out. I was going to put the Acro Bike back into our deck. Onto our opponent's turn. They have 21 cards. Yeah, it looks like we might win the game. The only thing I'm scared about is if they get another Mega Manectric powered up on the bench. Then we might be in trouble. But we'll see what happens. We can use 3 Crushing Hammers in 1 turn. There's a Psychic Energy. But we can use VS Seeker for Team Flare Gun and discard that immediately. Onto our turn. Get it in. We'll use Slippery Slopes to send it to Wobbuffet. Okay. We will VS Seeker for Team Flare Grunt. We will discard that Psychic Energy. Alright, so discard that Psychic Energy. We will free retreat into the Bunnelby. And we'll use double Burrow again. So there's 1. My opponent will be down to, what, 18 cards? Or 19. There's another 30. Alright guys, so cut forward a bunch of minutes. And we're still playing this game. My microphone kind of cut out there. But we're still in this. My opponent has a Mega Manectric Wobbuffet. And we're still using Burrow, trying to discard my opponent. It's probably been like 30 minutes. As you see, there's 10 minutes left on my side, 14 minutes left for my opponents, and this is their discard pile. It is pretty crazy. 9 Psychic, 3 Lightning, 2 Lightning, and 2 DCs. There is a Wobbuffet and another Manectric down in the field, but you haven't missed much. It's just me just been Rototilling, put cards from my discard pile back into my deck, and Burrow to discard my opponent. It's been the same process over and over again, but it seems like we might be coming to an end. I'm sorry that it cut out there. Like I said before, my computer's not in the best of shape, and it was overheating for a second. But it looks like we're back in it, and like I said, you really haven't missed much. It's just me just constantly using Burrow, Rototiller, Burrow, Rototiller. Once you get the log pretty much set to go, you're going to win the game. The only thing that kind of concerns me is this Wobbuffet, but once again, we're going to use Rototiller. Shove a card from your discard pile back into your deck. We'll put I guess a Delinquent. I mean, we're running out of cards. I guess we'll do double Ultra Ball, sure. And Ultra Ball. And we'll Rototiller again. Put an Ultra Ball back into our deck. Alright, so we'll put double Ultra Ball back into our deck. I mean, my opponent did say at one point that, nice try, but your deck's too slow. Then he said, never mind, it could work. And he said, where did you find this idea? Once again, this is Andrew Wamball's deck idea. It is pretty crazy, but it is working. And like I said, this is pretty much an auto loss onto our turn. Not pretty much an auto loss, but it's a very rough matchup. But there's a Burrow. We're going to discard a Lysander, Burrow again. Going to discard another Mewtwo. Now, it's kind of scary that we discarded that Lysander, because if he sends it to the Wobbuffet, he can use his VS Seekers for Lysander to bring up a Vileplume, and if he has Wobbuffet stuck in the active spot forever, we might lose the game, but I think we have more cards left in our opponents. At any moment, if he sends a Wobbuffet and uses Mega Turbo and Energy, we pretty much just lose the game. There's a Wobbuffet coming up to the active spot. Oh, man. There's a Psychic Energy going to that guy. Okay. A pass on our turn. Okay, so the question is, let's go for a Crushing Hammer. We're trying to discard that Psychic Energy. And heads, alright, see a Psychic Energy. We'll go for another Rototiller. Shove a card from your discard pile back into your deck. And hopefully my computer, okay, looks like my computer's overheating again. I'm sorry about this. But we'll put a Crushing Hammer into our deck. We're going to keep one in there. So one. And we'll Rototiller again. Oh no, we should have went for a Burrow. Oh yeah, we should have went for Burrow there. We'll grab a Delinquent, sure. I guess the whole time we could have Delinquent. This Shining Memories was kind of scary, but my opponent never opted to use it. So that's why I never bumped it. We could have bumped it at any point. We could have Trainers Mail for another Puzzle Time. But there's another Psychic Energy coming down. But 3 cards left my opponent. On to our turn. We get a okay. We'll use Trainers Mail. We're gonna see the top 4 cards of our deck. There is a let's go for a Crushing Hammer. Yeah, Crushing Hammer seems fine. Alright, let's see. Do we flip heads or not with the Crushing Hammer? So Crushing Hammer, let's see what happens. Heads, we'll discard Psychic Energy. We'll use Rototiller. He said GG. Oh man, what does this mean? Alright, Rototiller, put back a Crushing Hammer. And we will Rototiller again. Why did he say GG? I'm so scared now. We'll put an Archie's on top of our deck. Why did he say GG? After all this work, does he win? Oh my goodness, does he have a Mega Turbo Energy Lysander play? Wait for it. Why did he say GG? Does he not have anything? Let's see, we're waiting to see what my opponent does. He said GG, he's kind of scaring me. There's a Lightning Energy to Manectric EX, okay. And a pass on our turn, and we did it! We did it! We'll use Burrow, number 1, discard a card. And we'll use Burrow once again. My opponent played so many energies, and we beat this Mega Manectric deck. He did play 2 Mega Manectrics, but he didn't get the second one online. And there's the victory screen. We decked out our opponents. Oh my goodness, that was such a hard matchup, but hey, we did it. I apologize for that cut in the middle. Like I said, you really didn't miss much. My computer is not in the best of shape, but that game was probably 20-30 minutes long. But you can see how the deck works. My opponent had 2 prize cards left. And my opponent said our game was too slow. We weren't going to win, but there you go. There is Sableye, Bunnelby, Wobbuffet. Let's see my opponent's deck real quick. Yeah, they played 2 Mega Manectrics, but they never got the second one online. They didn't play Mega Turbo. They did play Max Elixir. They played 2 Lysanders, but never opted to use it. They played 20 Energy. Oh, my goodness. 20 Energy, and we're still able to deck out our opponent. So there is Wobbuffet, Sableye, Bunnelby, Vanilluxe deck. There you go. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This game was 30 minutes long, so we are just going to play this one game. Hopefully the cut in the middle is not too long. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Hopefully you enjoy your Thursday. Alrighty. Bye. Alright guys, just want to give a quick shout out to our 2 sponsors, 60 Cards and Yeti Gaming. The links are down below to their websites. Make sure you go check them out. Alrighty.